Alright, so today we're going to go over, pretty simply, how to get over pornography addiction. I think it's a pretty big addiction that a lot of people have in today's day and age. Oftentimes, there's never really a way that people say to get over it, but in simple terms, because there's not really a specific way, but there are kind of steps you can take to break that cycle of, the temptation you have. So first you have to understand that no habit or addiction is broken within one day. It's kind of hard to cut it off cold turkey. Like, you have to be a specific, different breed of human. Like, if you're a person that smokes, it's kind of hard to just cut it off cold turkey. You kind of have to have so much mental control, and it's quite hard. So if you have an addiction, the best way to go about it is, if you're doing it so frequently, it's to slowly, progressively decrease the amount of times you're doing it. So say whenever you sit down, you go to watch pornography, you want to, instead of doing it 2-3 times a day, you need to cut it down to one a day. I know, you got to trust me. I'm still doing it a day. I know, it's gonna take time. So once you are able to get it down to a day, right, you want to try and get it down to a few times a week, and then try and go a week without it, then 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. But one thing that, whenever a friend comes to me and he says, I want to break my habit of pornography, I tell him, just sit down and watch it. Don't touch yourself or anything. And it sounds weird, but sit down and just genuinely watch it. So say, for example, if a friend tells you to watch a certain anime, you don't know about that anime, but you sit down and watch it anyways to see if you like it or not. And then when you're this kind of ass, you don't watch it again. The same thing here. Just watch it and actually realize what you're watching, and understand that it's kind of stupid. What are you watching? When you go to do the deed, you're not actually the one doing it. It's something takes over your body. And when you actually realize what you're watching is kind of dumb, it's easier to digest. So do that, watch it. But if that doesn't help, then go the other way of slowly progressing and going the other way. So trying to minimize how much you're watching it, in a sense. And you go from there. It's really not that difficult. You have to have a lot of fucking discipline. If you crack, okay, that's gonna happen. But you also have to, stay dedicated to it. I'm not gonna tell you to do that no-fap bullshit, because I feel like no-fap can actually just make things hard on yourself for no fucking reason. Because with no-fap, you're trying to keep the streak. I went X amount of days without touching my Johnson. And then when you fail, what the fuck? You're going to kick yourself. You're going to feel like shit. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Like Tony Robbins said, if you simply say you do not smoke anymore, you don't smoke, you don't count the days, but you just simply say you do not smoke. That is not something I do. That is not part of my character. You won't do it. Right? You just won't do it. Instead of saying I'm on nofap, don't say that shit. Tell yourself, I don't jerk off. I don't do that. That's not what I do. Right? And sometimes when you catch yourself going to, watch pornography, you kind of want to become a psychopath, mentally. And you want to believe as though there's something that's not you that's doing this. Or even believe that if God, He's sitting there and watching me right now. He blessed me with gifts, a mentality, a drive that not many people may have. There's something I could be doing right now, but instead He's looking down at me, hunched over in the corner like a rat with a piece of cheese, and I'm just whacking at it. That's not a good look. And once you kind of think that, you disgust yourself. It's what the fuck? I mean, it's different if you were, you had someone you're in love with and you were actually engaging in love. That's different. If you're hunched over, you make time, you got the little tissue paper and lotion, dude, come on, put that stuff away. You have a lot more better stuff to be doing, right? You're not a person that does that, right? And you have to keep telling yourself every time you want to go sit down and do it, no, it's not me. And eventually, instead of doing it 3 days, you see yourself slow, you just see you're not even doing it anymore. You have to trust that. So It's pretty simple to get over it. And I know it may sound easier said than done, but you have to believe it. You have to believe that you're not a person that does that anymore. Fucking sit down and look at what the hell you're actually consuming and realize that it's garbage. And you'll slowly start to see from 3 times a day to fucking no times a day. And understand that if you truly want to be with somebody and truly love them, you can't truly love them when you're having these expectations that you've gotten from watching porn. You'll never actually be able to hold a relationship that you could have, because it just diminishes everything. It ruins relationships, ruins friendships even too. So you don't want that on your brain. So that's the tips I would have. I'm not a professional, but those are things that have helped fucking me, friends, shit. So take with that what you want. See you tomorrow.